Now, before I put this on there, or these on there, I'm going to go ahead and cut this bottom section out. So I'm going to break out my handy dandy cheap, I think it was like 3 for $1 for these things at the dollar store. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit and let you guys see this. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut the direction it shows on here first, and then if you look in Tom's, now you should probably wait. Now see what that did? If you don't wait long enough for the glue to dry, or if your knife is not sharp enough, it may pull and tear, but that's not going to be an issue for me because of the fact that I'm going to cut pieces and sections of that out anyway. I'm going to go ahead and snap off. Make sure my blade is really good and sharp now. Now see, also it'll do that if your glue is not dry. I just want you guys to see this, doing that. You can see it right there, where it peeled up. Now if you don't wait till it dries, that's what can happen. Now me, I'm getting a little where I'm pulling on it, but I'm not as concerned, and part of it too that I'm trying to cut the wrong direction, just so you guys can see. Bear with me. A dull blade, that's a no-no. That can cause all kinds of problems. You can, if you want, on this piece, depends on types of miniatures you're going to be using, put a piece of foam core under it, to give it thickness, so when you're actually looking at it you can actually see it. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. Alright, I've got that piece out. Didn't quite cut through over here because it was still wet. Now see, I'm not concerned with that, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take in here and cut pieces of the board out so that it actually has some jagged edge here, and then I'll color that with some black. You see what I'm doing here? Come across. Come all the way up on that one. So you can just pop those little pieces out of there. That gives you a more, clean it up there sometimes. So it gives you a little bit more jagged, ruined look. I see over here where it did that. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm still zoomed in and I'm not paying attention, so I'm sorry if I went out of frame. I'm actually going to kind of jag this up here. Move this around where I can get to it. Now you could do this before you glue it down if you really, really want to. It does not matter. It's all your preference. Now see, you can't even tell that I had that little mess up. I think that's going to be good enough for me for right now. Throw my little scrap pieces away. Zoom back out. Alright, so there's that piece. So now, set this off to the side. Now, let's go ahead and do this. Alright, we're going to go ahead and glue our this piece together. That's what. Well, I'll set that off to the side. That was my original thought. I lost my train of thought there. Please be very, very careful using these knives. I can't say that enough. Any of you that have ever been cut by an X-Acto or a razor knife, know exactly what I'm talking about. They have no mercy. So you want to fold your pieces in. And now we're going to run some glue on these. Okay. If you notice, these are kind of trying to pop back up, but once they tack, then they'll start sticking. Take and run your thumbnail along them here. It should stay down. There. Now, I'm going to let that set that aside for just a second. We're going to go ahead and glue our support pieces on there, which I showed you how to put those together in the previous videos. So I went ahead and just glued these together already so they would be good and dry. So that we could glue these on there. Alright. This is the same method that I used before. I'm just putting my hand on the inside, pressing on. See, now on this one you can actually press a little bit on the inside of them because you know you've got an open side of the tower. So these will go on pretty quick. I know that I tend to ramble on a lot, and I'm sorry. I'm just trying to talk as I think about different things to tell you guys, and tell you what I'm doing instead of just showing you. I know some guys, I've seen videos that they don't actually even talk or anything. It's just loud music, and I don't really care much for that myself. I mean, not that I don't like the music. I like the music, but I'd almost rather hear them talk and give me tips and tricks and tell me exactly what they're doing. As you can see, I'm pressing on the inside to make sure it stays on there. And let me put the last one of these on. I'm going to tell you one thing. This glue, and I know I keep saying it, but this glue has probably doubled my production. I can actually show you as I build these things and as they go together, because this glue dries so quickly. So, all right, go ahead and bend this piece up. We're gonna finish this bad boy up. All right, now I'm gonna run my glue along the tower, and like before, I'm only gonna do about 3 sections. Of course, there's only 6 sections to glue on this one. I'm going to start with just these sections. Now you want to make sure that you're pointing it the right direction. Now on this one, you really don't need this little piece that's on here. It folds around to cover up. So you can cut that off. Oh. There we go. Start on the right section. Make sure you get it lined up. Now it's not as crucial that this one be lined up straight because it is a ruined tower, but you know, still you want it to look good. So you're coming around there, just kind of keep your eye on it. Kind of watch, don't knock your supports off there. They may still be a little wet. Just kind of tapping on around there. I'm going to go ahead and glue my last 3 pieces on here. And I will show you, I'll put this on the tower and show you what it looks like, the piece that you need to take off the tower. I recommend, and Tom recommends too, that you glue the top piece to this piece. For the simple fact that it gives it a little more stability and it holds together better. Now, you don't really have to worry about coloring the inside of this unless you just want to. It won't show because this is what holds it to the tower. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you where that, you can lay that in there like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on this. You don't have to glue this together if you want to be able to take the whole top off. But I am going to glue it together because it is open. It doesn't matter to me. So, get these in here, get them lined up. Make sure you get them where they need to go. You gently press down. Make sure you got them pressed to the back good, pressed up against the walls good. Let's see. Then you might want to let that dry for just a few minutes. And you can go underneath and press a little bit if you need to. Not that you're going to have much room to press because you're actually pressing down on the crenellations when you're pushing down at the top. So I'm going to give this a few minutes to dry and I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like on the tower. Alright, our tower piece is dry. So here's the finished ruined tower piece, as you can see it. Okay, let's see if we can zoom this thing back a little bit where you can actually see it. I have to raise it up a little here. Is this up where you can see it? Oops, sorry, stuck my thumb right in front of the camera. There we go. That's a little better. So now you can see the tower. So what you take your top piece and then the next level off and you just slide this piece in there. And there is your ruined tower. So now you can see all the way down inside. You just pop it back off. Pop your other pieces back on there. And so you can actually show battle damage if you're actually doing like a scenario or something like Assault the Tower. You could show battle damage. So, alright, last thing I've got to do will be the stairs. I'm going to do the stairs and then we'll wind this series up. Thanks for watching.